Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here and for your presence and your friendship. A big thank you to everyone who has reached out to me on Etsy for a personal reading. I am so enjoying getting a chance to know all of you on a more personal basis. So thank you guys so much for putting your faith in me. And if you're interested in a personal reading, my Etsy link is below. I also offer an opportunity to win a private reading through my comment section as well. So be sure to drop your comment, hit your notification bell, hit your like button so that I can contact you if you're chosen the winner for your chance to win a free reading with me. And I also offer an opportunity on Instagram monthly to win a free reading. So be sure to head on over there too. But if you are new to the channel, if you're finding yourself here for the very first time, we want to welcome you. We want you to join our beautiful soul family because we have amazing groups of people here who are supportive, who are loving, and we're all on this journey together. So we're all walking each other home. So please pull up a chair, grab yourself a cup of tea, get some snacks, get cozy, and we'll have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather here together. For today's topic, we are looking at a situation where perhaps you're in no contact and we're asking, will this person contact you and when? Are they going to reach out to you? Are they going to make contact and when will that happen? If yes, we have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 with the red feather and this 9 of Wands card from the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Pile number 2 with the yellow feather and the World card here. And pile number 3 with the purple feather and the Page of Pentacles. Whoops. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting from Spirit, and I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, today's topic is all about whether your person on your mind is going to reach out to you and when. Hello, pile 1. You are drawn to the beautiful red feather, or to the 9 of Wands here, and this is your reading. Will the person on your mind reach out to you and when will that happen? We're going to look into the dynamics of the connection right at first in the very beginning, and then we'll look into the meat and bones of the reading in a few minutes. But this 9 of Wands, we're starting here, and I feel like you're waiting. It's like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting. You can even see on her shirt, she's sort of marked off on her shirt how long she's been waiting, and the longer we wait, the more frustrated we get, and the more sure we are that it's never going to happen. But in this case, this rose is piercing through, even though there's thorns piercing right through it. There is this message with this card of not to be deterred by the thorns amidst the roses, but you may be getting very, very frustrated waiting on this person. So let's take a look here and see. Oops. What is going on in this connection at this time, please? What is the current dynamic of this connection? So we have the 4 of Swords. So it definitely feels like in complete separation. And it feels like it's a separation that the longer we go, the more epiphanies that come in. And they say that absence makes the heart grow fonder, and this seems to be the case. There's also that old adage of, time heals all, but that's not the case here. This is just added fuel. It's like adding fuel to a fire. We have here the 4 of Cups. Back of the deck is already the Wheel of Fortune, but there's skulls here. This is the Wizard Tarot, so it's a very interesting tarot deck. But the skulls here are the symbol of reality and transition and the grief that follows. So this is a painful separation for you or for this person too. But there's a helplessness that's coming in with the 4 of Cups. It's not a helpless situation, but there are some realities here that I feel like are causing a lot of the delays. 7 of Cups. I do feel like there's a lot of confusion between the two of you too that would really, it would serve a lot of useful purposes to clear all of that up. Because this person, a part of their delay, part of their feelings of helplessness is this belief that you don't feel the same way. Or confusion in the very least about how you feel, because they know how they feel. If you were looking at the divine masculine energy, for instance, the King of Cups is representing, in this case, because again, the skull in the center is this reality of emotion that has hit them. But now it's like a truth that they can't unsee. And we have the Page of Cups. And they would love to be able to reach out to you or contact you in some way. I feel like there's this desire to reunite here, this desire for new emotional starts. But there's a sense with the Four of Cups and the Page together that we've already missed our opportunity. Again, the Four of Cups doesn't represent an actual obstacle. It's just our opinion of things being hard that gets in the way, because we get in our own way if we have that opinion. Now the back of the deck is a Six of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So there is a necessity here to communicate. There is a necessity to clear the air, because this person is starting to flood, or you perhaps, could be you, is starting to not expect there to be solutions. Look at the crack in the middle of the world. There's unfinished business here, but there's a devastation about the difficult nature of creating reunions. And so and this could be coming from your energy. It's like, I wonder if having all of my eggs in this basket is a good idea, or whether I should release this expectation that I have my heart really transfixed upon. So let's take a look here. I'm going to clear this up. And we're going to look at the bare bones of the question. Is this person going to reach out? How does this person currently feel, please, for pile number 1? We're going to start there too. Wheel of Fortune. The Six of Wands. So this person definitely wears masks when it comes to their feelings for you. I feel like they're trying to make the best out of a bad situation, or they're really focused in another realm right this moment, because they have this inability to commit. And it's like they do try to suppress how they feel about you, because I feel like it's sometimes a little bit too painful. There's the Ten of Swords again. It's a little bit painful for them. So I feel like some of the energies we just picked up on was in regards to this person. Because they're trying to turn their back on some of that emotion so that they don't act impulsively towards you. Even though there's so much they want to know. It's like they want to know if you feel the same way. There's so much that they want to know. And they're really, really thinking about movement. Back of the deck, we have here the Emperor, and we have the Seven of Swords. Now this person looks behind them quite a bit when it comes to you. They look in their rearview mirror. They're not honest about their feelings to themselves or other people. And this Seven of Swords is really speaking to that Four of Cups that we saw, because as I said, it's not about a true restriction. It's just about our perceived restrictions or our perceived helplessness in a situation. How are they going to reach out, please, Spirit? We have the Ten of Wands. They're so burdened by the unknown too, and all of their responsibilities. They have a lot on their plate. And it's easy when we have a lot going on in our life and a lot of responsibilities to put off what we want. This person could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I also have a lot of Taurus energy here with this person. But this Emperor, this person, this divine masculine energy really wants to communicate. There's a pressure to communicate. It's like a thirst. And they have to act unaffected by their feelings, but the truth is that they aren't. They're just trying to block out the truth of the situation, which is the fact that they aren't with the person that they want to be with. We have the World. We have the Five of Swords. Back of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles. And I want to clarify here in the future position. Oops. Sorry about that. Will this person reach out to pile 1, please? Spirit says that they're going to be super passive about this whole situation for you, pile 1. Even this Nine of Cups, there's a smugness. There's somebody protecting an environment. It's a wishful thinking, but that's where it's staying, because they're afraid that if they actually go after what they actually wish for, it's going to create too much conflict or arguments in their life. And so they're fantasizing until they can come up with the strength. That's the Rose of Hope. They're very tempted to step outside of their position to make contact with you. And for some, that impulsivity won't be able to be avoided. but I feel like they are not going to reach out in the near future, in the very least, because that Rose of Hope, they feel caged, or they feel restricted from doing so. We have the Two of Cups, and we have the Tower. I would be hard pressed to not express the feeling that I'm having this for someone who's watching. This person could be in another connection. And the Tower is representing them trying to hold their position together, and that's why there's this lengthy delay. But the intent is to reunite. The intent is for sudden turns of events to turn in your favor, but they are being passive about being the action to get that force into motion. It's like they're waiting for the world to open up a perfect way, or a perfect solution for the two of you. Let's get some advice here from Spirit. Some advice, please. Advice for pile number 1. You have here family. This person is protecting something, protecting an environment that doesn't allow them to kind of speak or step outside of their comfort zone. And then we have the Enlightenment, the 19 reverse, which is delays in gratification. It doesn't feel over to me. If I'm honest, it doesn't feel over to me, but I feel like there's still lengthy delays, and it's going to require your strength to maintain your hope in the situation. I still get the impression that this person intends on contact, but there's going to be lengthy delays because of practical concerns. And you may not resonate with the message that there's a family unit involved, but it could be work, it could be any sort of practical concern that's taking their focus. But for someone, that's just delaying the gratification. And they're delaying their own gratification because they're not trusting in their own inner power. They're not trusting in the notes of intuition. They're following what the ego was saying, and their ego is saying to stay put, to stay protected. So they may not reach out to you for a very long time, if I'm honest. For some, they may not reach out at all, but for others, it may just be a very lengthy delay because they're trying to wrap up a lot of responsibilities, and that could take years. Advice, please, for pile number 1. We have here get outdoors, to get some fresh air and connect with nature, to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. We have here claircognizance, pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. This person feels really connected to you in a very sort of spiritual way. So for someone watching, they may feel like they kind of connect to you in the 5D at times. We have courage. It says be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. The 9 of Wands is actually a strength energy, is a strength card. So there could be Leo energy here. And so where it's going to require a little bit more strength, a little bit more patience in order for there to be solutions. And this 9 of Wands is talking about frustration for you to expect moving into the future. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 1. Pile number 1, please. What does this person wish that they could say to pile 1 right this moment? Oh, I missed it. We have the 8 of Cups. They want you to know that they're not happy where they are. That they recognize that they're not happy where they are, but they're trying to avoid conflict, and they feel like heading towards you is going to create a huge upheaval where they're going to have to uproot things that they planted. They're going to have to move. There's just going to create all of this conflict that they're not ready for at this moment. They don't have the power or the strength at this moment to take the steps that they're feeling guided to take towards you. But you do influence this person in ways that other people have not. We have R and O as letters in the bowl. We do have the 6 of Wands, which is about victory and confidence, somebody who is wearing potential masks in their environment. We have out. Whoops. We have the Empress flat shell. So not feeling really abundant in your position. We have here the chain, I think of Capricorn, I think of attachments. We have the stethoscope, hospital nursing connection, with 2 of them. You may have met even in the work realm. We have here made with love, so children. And we have here a connection written in the stars and Aquarius energy. All right, love, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. And I'm praying for you in this connection. If it resonates with you, I'd love to hear your story below in the comments section. And I would love for you to subscribe to our family here and join our community. Hit your notification bell, your like button. Drop me your comments so I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading. And check out all of my links below as well if you feel called to. But please come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage. And I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile 2. You are drawn to the yellow flower or to the World card, and this is your reading. Will the person on your mind contact you, and if so, when? So the World is all about solutions and endings and coming full circle to celebration. So this could be a very good sign that there is more to come in this connection. But let's take a look here. What is going on in this connection at this time, please, Spirit? What are the current feelings here? That's where we're going to start. The current feelings in this connection, what is currently happening in the disconnect. We have the Ace of Swords. Page of Pentacles. The Devil. There's somebody who's a little bit almost obsessed with the idea of communication, a little bit obsessive with the connection itself. And it's like, I didn't realize I cared until there was this separation. It was this revelation that came in, which brought about some lessons, some painful lessons sometimes, but then this desire to go back to the drawing board and start again. The Two of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we have the King of Swords and we have the Tower energy. There's very strong Capricorn energy here, very strong Libra energy. I'm going to stop there for a moment, and I'm going to pick up a different deck here. Can we clarify, please, the Ace of Swords? What's going on in this connection? Four of Pentacles. I feel like in the past, this person was really too scared to express themselves to you. They were too afraid of a rejection, because they were young and ill-equipped, and they're no longer young or ill-equipped. They're like, I've grown, I've changed, I've evolved. I feel like this person may have been almost kind of nerdy in the past, and they're like, they've really leveled up in their life. They're really leveled up in their life and how they look. They look a lot different. Nine of Pentacles. But as much as they've changed, it's like one thing hasn't changed, and that's their attachment to you. And I feel like it's very mutual. I think that there's two of you that have grown and changed. There's a very mutual energy between the two of you. It's like you would look really good together today. I have here the Fool. And this person definitely thinks about taking risks towards you. And for someone watching, I feel like it is a huge risk for them to take, because first of all, they're afraid of rejection still, even though they're like, I've grown, I've changed. I feel like they are like someone who has really taken control of their work realm. Like they are in charge of things. Like they've evolved from who you knew they were, for sure. But they still are a little bit unsure about how they would be received, or how you feel. They're not 100% sold there. And I feel like they do think about taking risks towards you. And for someone watching, this could be a very huge risk, because it could involve permanent change or creating upheaval for them or for you. We have the Three of Wands. Back of the deck is the World. And we have that Empress. But it's like they have this epiphany. The truth of who you are has kind of hit them out of the blue. It's like they've had this epiphany about you, and they know what they have to do in order to achieve the world with you. They have to take that risk and that leap of faith. They are still a little bit insecure, because even though they've grown and matured and they feel like they have evolved, there's something very attractive about you. There's something very attractive about you physically, emotionally. They're just really drawn to you. As I said, it's almost like an obsession coming in at this time. Let's get a look at some more feelings, and then we'll look into the future, because they have this acknowledgement right now of, I know I have to do something. I have to do something about how I feel. They're teetering between optimism and pessimism. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking will bring you romance, but they struggle with that balance. We have unrequited love. And back of the deck says, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. They don't know if it's safe. They don't have the confidence that it's safe to love you. They have this epiphany about how they feel, but they wonder if it's one-sided in this connection. We have here, actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. And then we have here, listen with your heart and have faith. And they're both reversed because they don't, this is not the type of person, I don't think, that would trust in their intuition, for instance. Some of their faith is waning about where this potential could go, about your feelings for them. Some of their faith is waning, and that's why they're kind of imbalanced about what to do about this desire to expand, because they are thinking about that. We have romance on the back of the deck. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. And that's what they want to do. That's what they really want to do. They want a chance. They want a new beginning. So let's ask Spirit about that. Are they going to reach out, Spirit? Because there is this indicator of them holding space for that option. So are they going to contact pile 2? Yes, I feel like they are. I just saw the 7 of Cups. They're weighing out their options right now. And part of their delay is going to be that insecurity about how they're going to be received, because they are really feeling that insecurity here, the Devil. And there's the 7 of Cups keeps showing itself to me too, this weighing of options. For someone watching this, there could be an attachment here, so please take that as it resonates to your situation. We have the Queen of Cups. Back of the deck is the Knight of Cups. They are going to reach out to you, pile 2. They have intent. They're making a plan. They haven't completely formalized or finalized that plan yet, because their ego is playing a little bit of a topsy-turvy game with them. It's like kind of like what's being shown is one of those teeter-totters at a kid's playground. So it's like sometimes their confidence is way up here and they're like, yes, I know exactly what I got to do, and the pressure is built, and it's almost like a sexual confidence that riles itself up, that gives them that push. But then they start to feel that vulnerability. They start to question their own value, their own worth sometimes, which of course is sad because they're inherently worthy. And it's really going to test their resolve. But they know that there's unfinished business, and they know what they have to do to take that leap of faith. They know if they want to get to the world, they need that leap of the Fool to get it. What's really holding them back, though, is their concern about you and whether or not you feel the same way, or whether or not you're invested in some other realm or other dynamic. Let's ask Spirit about timing, though. When can pile 2 expect? Always remember, I'm dealing with collective energy. So I have multiple energies floating in. So Spirit will give you a grand, or a sort of a loose, time frame. We have the Temperance. The Judgment is a huge part of that. We just saw the Judgment. And you can see both of these characters are dressed like rabbits, which is this page energy of wanting to explore, especially sexual energy. This Judgment card, specifically from Alice in Wonderland, holds the White Rabbit, who claims they're worried that they're too late for a very important opportunity. But they need to clear out that clutter in order to make it happen. We have the Hierophant, but that's why there's this delay, because their own overthinking is creating that delay, and they need to straighten their crown and realize who they are. We have the Chariot. Oops. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Spirit says the communication is going to come in suddenly because they're going to be inspired in the moment. They're going to be impulsive about it. Yeah, here's the Magician pulling the rabbit out of the hat. For some watching, this communication could come in very, very soon, within a couple of weeks even. For others, we're moving into more a couple of months from now in the very least, about 1 to 2 months before this person actually reaches out. On a grander scheme, we're looking at the next 12 months with the Page of Pentacles. So the minimum amount of time would be 1 to 3 months. The maximum amount of time would be a 12-month period. I feel like it's on the lower end of that spectrum though. So not as long as we have, not as long as we think we have to work with to prepare for this opportunity. And it will come in suddenly when you're not expecting it, because they're going to be very impulsive about making that call. And I feel like for some, it's going to be an online connection. It won't be a physical call. They'll contact you online in some way. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile 2. A charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Whoops, we lost them already. On the floor, there's already one of your cards, so we'll pick that one up. What would your person like to say to you right this moment? We have the Emperor, Taurus energy. Very strong Libra energy here too. Cancer energy present. Whoops, 10 of Swords reversed, which is how we want to see it. And we have the Queen of Swords in the reversal. So the Emperor's not convinced that you feel the same because you've not reached out to them. They could be waiting for you to reach out to them, which is, it's like they tell themselves sometimes like, well, if they really liked me, they'd reach out to me. But that's just a stubbornness coming in from this Emperor right now. And this mentality fuels their helplessness sometimes. But the 10 of Swords is now reversed in the future position, which is exactly where we want it to be, because it talks about forgiveness, moving on, new outlooks, new potential, and clearing out some of the necessary clutter and clearing out some of the confusion between the two of you. So that's expected in the future of this connection. In the very least, it gives us opportunity to communicate with the Page of Pentacles, to communicate about our truth and our feelings. We have friend, so this could have been a friend. We have the stethoscope, hospital, nursing connection, or blocked heart chakras from both of you afraid to be vulnerable in the past. We have the Hand of Hamza. We have the hatchet and the screwdriver, which are both tools to sever situations, to create situations. We have Christmas being very significant. Christmas time could be a very significant time, or December. We also have here peace. So I think about the 6 of Swords. I mean, you can have the plume of peace, so solutions and transitions. So communication is going to come in for you. But right now, what they're dealing with is this measuring cup, this mentality of a glass half full versus half empty mentality. They're teetering between optimism and pessimism. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. If it did, I'd love to hear your story below in the comment section, even if you have to come back to drop your comments so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check me out on my other platforms on Etsy and on Instagram for a chance for a personal reading on Etsy and another chance to win a reading on Instagram if you feel called to. But please come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the purple feather, or the Page of Pentacles here, and this is your reading. Will the person on your mind contact you, and when will they do so? This Page of Pentacles is all about communication. It's all about transformation too, that the communication can really bring about. It's like it can change everything. One vulnerable moment, one act of faith can change everything. And that's why she has this beautiful little dragonfly sitting on her flower, which is about a huge transformation, but also being hungry for it. Somebody who really wants communication here. So let's take a look and see. What is going on in this connection currently? What are the current feelings here for pile number 3? We have here the 10 of Swords. I just heard, I will not go silently into that good night. There's a devastation with the 10 of Swords here. It's like we need closure. That's what it feels like in this connection. Somebody in this connection, or both of you, it's like we feel like there's a necessity for closure, and I cannot move forward unless I get it. There's devastation here. It's like a very dark night. You have the 4 of Wands. And there is this understanding, or this feeling from your person, from you perhaps, that I'll be okay if I can just communicate what I want to communicate. If we can just express how we feel, then maybe we could move on. Or maybe that communication would change everything and we could enter into something together. there's a huge hesitation to release expectations here. It's like, I'm not ready to give up on this at all. With that 10 of Swords in that first position. The 8 of Wands. The 7 of Wands. And the Page of Wands. Back of the deck is the Hierophant. And we also have here the 6 of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. And I'm going to clarify this as I go. Can we clarify the 10 of Swords, please? What is going on in this connection currently? What are the current feelings here? The Empress. They're devastated because that is a huge loss. You could also be the Empress and be in this state of devastation and not feel like you're able to move on, like you have closure issues here. But that's also the reason why they're having closure issues, because they're like, this is my person. How can I let go of that? Because they're even on the back of the deck is the Emperor. They feel like you could be twin flames, or maybe you feel that way too, because there's very mirrored energy here. There's that Emperor coming out again. The 7 of Swords and the 9 of Cups. And it's like they have all of their desires, all of their eggs in one basket from the past. And they like to go back there and visit it. They suppress how they truly feel. But sometimes they lie to themselves in order to placate some of the feelings of frustration that they have. And I feel like someone in this connection is watching the other person. And I also feel like there could be a school connection to this person as well for someone watching. This person is like confident about who you are to them. Like they're confident about the soulmate contract. They're confident about this desire that they have towards you. It's like you seem far away from them. I feel even physically you're far from this person because they feel compelled to travel to you. And they watch you. So it's when they're watching you that they really get focused on wanting to create solutions here. Because they're frustrated waiting. They're frustrated waiting, and they have a spark here with the Ace of Wands, and they want to fuel that spark. But there's the 2 of Swords. They're being passive about their inclinations, even though the pressure is building for them because it feels risky. And for someone watching, there's obstacles here that are very real, that provide a lot of problems or practical issues that play that we need to work through. And so that's the reason why there's a delay, or why they try to tame their desire or their impulse to connect with you, because they are impulsive and they want to connect. But they're being protective. They're protecting something. And that's why they feel like they can't be honest about the truth of their feelings or the truth of where their heart lies, because they're protecting something. And if we look at this Emperor, you know, he's sitting in this, what looks like a desert behind him. And he often, you know, reminds me of the King of Pentacles, except the King of Pentacles has lush greenery around him. Because this person, although they're protecting something, they don't feel fulfilled there themselves necessarily. So there's challenges here that aren't insurmountable, but that require delays at times. And the Hierophant can represent institutions, government, marriage, for instance. But it also talks about the delays to the ascension. We have the 6 of Pentacles here. Somebody is a karmic union. And that's part of the delay. Always remember, I'm dealing with collective energy, so if it doesn't resonate with your message, then you can try a different pile or a different reading at this time. So they're holding on to how they feel about you, and they're not acting upon it in the immediate future right at this moment. We're going to ask Spirit about if they're going to contact you, but they're keen on exploration. They're keen on creating some sort of solution, and they feel inspired to connect with you. If anything, just to create the closure that you both seem to need so much. So let's take a look here. How are they currently feeling, please, about pile number 3? We have close-up friend and dark woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair, so that could describe the divine feminine here. And we also have pig, beware of greed. July, we're in the month of July as I release this reading. And we have you are highly thought of. We have August, and we have September being very, very, so July, August, and September. The summertime being very significant here in this connection for some reason. The Pig card reminds me of the Four of Pentacles. It's like a greed energy. It's somebody who wants their cake and eat it too. So somebody who has, you know, burdens on their shoulders, who has a lot of responsibility, but still wishes that they could have a little piece of you too sometimes. We have here mice, but they're trying to avoid discord among friends or family. And so they're really listening to the ego at this time. We have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So I feel like there are other people at play here, potential third party. So take that as it resonates. And that naturally happens when we have a separation. We have finances and career a factor. And we have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond will deepen. For someone watching, there could be a connection here to the work realm. But let's ask Spirit about contact. Will this person make contact? We have the World sideways. There's intent. There's intent here. Here's the Four of Swords. Oops. On the floor. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the Hermit. And we have the the Knight of Wands. The Spirit says that this person is not going to make contact yet, but they have intentions of making contact. But they are making plans to navigate around practical things. And some of these plans are going to take a long time to execute. It's like baby steps towards their goals, but they feel like it's necessary to communicate in some way in order to create closure, but they can't right this moment. So they understand this has to happen. The World here coming out in the first position is always about the necessity for that, but we have to take steps to get there. So it's going to be, and we're going to look into timing in a moment. But right now their intention is to create solutions, but they're in the planning phase. They do not want to be impulsive because they feel like that's really risky, but sometimes they do think about risking it all and pushing through their frustration to temper some of their needs at times, but they're making tentative plans when it comes to the future of this connection. So Spirit, when will this person reach out to pile 3? Five of Swords, Three of Cups, Three of Wands. They're honestly really worried about the domino effect of communicating with you, because I think at the heart of it all, as much as they're like, yeah, I'm just going to contact for closure, they understand that there's more danger to the future than that. If they plant that seed, things can bloom. The Wheel of Fortune. For someone watching, this person's going to reach out suddenly when you're not expecting. We have the Eight of Swords and the Five of Cups. Back of the deck is the Hanged Man. I have multiple energies and multiple messages coming in for different people. So please take what resonates with you and what doesn't resonate with you. There is this message of potentially 6 to 8 weeks, a couple of months for someone to receive some sort of contact here. We're also moving into perhaps a period of 6 months for others at that time too. But I also feel like there's an even lengthier delay because they're asking for a surrender here to the expectations of this reunion, because there is the fear of the unknown and there are so many things at play. So there's this one message of about 8 weeks time, then there's a 5 to 6 month time, and then there's a surrender for the rest of the collective in this energy field. Some of this surrender, and I'm going to ask Spirit about that right now. What is the timing for the group that are being asked to surrender to this situation, please, Spirit? We have the Justice. So it's a position issue getting in the way. But the doorway, it really speaks about a doorway that requires careful handling and positions that require careful handling. And that's what's causing the delay here, because this person is actually turning their back on their emotion for lieu of responsibilities. Even though they have that cup in their hands that they want to bring forward, it's like they're playing a very important game right now. They're being very, very careful about the steps that they take in that game. And they're being pulled in a lot of different directions here. They're being pulled in a lot of different directions with the Lovers. They have a decision to make, and that's affecting the length of time. And that's why Spirit's having a difficult time giving me We have the Three of Swords because of third party. They feel helpless here with the Four of Cups. So they're really asking for that surrender for that group with this Hanged Man energy, because there's so many complications that are causing the delay. For some, though, you may expect some sort of communication to come in within up to the 6-month mark from this point of time. But that's not for everyone, unfortunately. Yeah, for the rest, it's like there's going to be more patience required of us than that. We could be looking into a year or more with the Temperance energy, because it's really encouraging us to find joy in our journey now, because this person is dipping their toe in just tentatively, but it's the rabbit. They're being pulled in that direction and influenced in that direction, but they're taking their time because they're trying to focus on their responsibilities at this time. I have a card that fell to the floor. Let me grab it. I didn't notice it before. Yeah, so here's the Four of Pentacles and here's the Nine of Wands. So the frustration could continue. Again, for some, the time delay could be more lengthy. We could be moving into more of a couple years time frame. But it's not that they don't want to be impulsive, because they certainly do. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 3. It's always important to remember that for a tarot reading, its purpose is to be a tool of reflection so that we can make discernible decisions in the present moment, but the future is so fluid that we can create change through our thoughts, feelings, and intentions on our end. So it's really important for us to guard the present moment fiercely. What did this person say, please, to pile 3 in the bowl? If they could say anything. We have the Ten of Cups, the King of Cups, and we have the Fool. They're not quite ready to leap yet because they have so many things on their shoulders, but they know that they need to bring clarity into their experience if they want to have an emotionally fulfilling life, because you influence that. You influence their thought processes. They wonder where they went wrong. And so they feel like if they could get closure from you, they would be able to appreciate their experience more. But closure isn't true closure unless we're actually willing to close out the cycle. And this person is really hesitant to let go of you. So they're not quite ready to take that leap of faith yet. We have here a secret. You are a secret that they keep. We have here the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. And that's the second time I got the Four of Pentacles. And that's really speaking to a concern for my home, which could cause lengthy delays in being able to enter into this new doorway. This Four of Wands is communication, it's celebration, it's pathways to success, but we have the black dress of mourning. So there's cogs in the wheel here, being pulled in different directions with the Chariot. So we're in need of transformation, and Spirit doesn't want you to adopt any of the delays as a personal reflection of your worth in this connection, because it definitely isn't. You are ever present, the Empress here. Oops. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. If it did, I'd love to hear your story below in the comments section, even if you have to come back to respond, so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my links for Etsy for a personal reading, and I offer a chance to win a free reading on Instagram as well, so you can check out that link too. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.